Hello everyone, we're back. Tape number 4. This one's another 15-minuter. 15-minuter, I said. I'm going to peek my head off to the side because I want to eat some rock candy. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. This is Nexpo, The Darkest Lost Media, Volume 2. This is number 4, and let's get into it.
Around 1995, I was about 15. I used to stay up late in my room listening to the radio on a boombox with an integrated tape recorder. One night I came across this. I don't think this was the beginning of the podcast, but I caught a lot of it. Right at the end, an announcer says that the station I was tuned to was WKCR 89.9, New York. There were a bunch of names and dates in there, but I've never run into anything else like this.
Had my mic muted, sorry, goosebumps.
The creepypasta. A relic of a bygone era in internet history. The induction for many of us to online horror. Suicide Mouse, Ben Drowned, Slenderman, and Sad Satan are among some of the most notorious online horror stories in existence. However, to this day, one refuses to die. It's called Jeff the Killer, and by this point, he needs no introduction. The story today hasn't exactly aged very well. And to be honest, it kind of sounds like a Joker fanfiction, and it isn't very scary. But that's okay, because it wasn't exactly written for our time. Now, Jeff the Killer's certainly a tale that's past its time, yet it stands as somewhat of a cornerstone of online history. Contrary to all the effort put into the story, however, it's safe to say that the uncanniness of the image accompanying it was the major catalyst for its popularity online. All across the early 2010s, the image was shared like wildfire, though what most were unaware of was that it had coincidentally found itself caught in a web of both controversy and enduring mystery. And it was all based around one simple question. The story as we know it was written by an author on the creepypasta wiki named GameFuel 2000, in which its earliest known date of publication is November 21st of 2011.
First time I ever saw this face, and it was like Jeff the Killer, da-da-da. I was like, yeah, no. There's nothing about this that's scary. I thought it was stupid. That's just me. I never got into the creepypasta. I just thought it was stupid.
Curiously though, an online user going by the persona Sessoir had come forth shortly after its online explosion, claiming that, in reality, they are Jeff's creator. It's a bold claim, yet this should be relatively easy to prove. On October 3rd, 2008, a video was shared to a YouTube channel called Killer Jeff, an alias that Sessoir claims ownership of. The video is more or less a slideshow and drops bits of Jeff the Killer lore over pictures of various characters from his story. Interestingly, this upload was accompanied by a story on Newgrounds, where the same user made a post on August 10th of that same year. The story of old Jeffy. He enjoys horror such as ghost stories or slasher films. Have you ever met him in person? This man is what other people call bizarre. He's like a Bloody Mary game, except you must perform it in the closet, turn off all the lights, and sit down cross-legged while repeating this saying 3 times while turning your head back and forth. He's in here with me. After the saying, close your eyes and call out the name Jeff. He'll appear by putting his face right up to you and proceed to yell and try to chant harm at you. To make him stop is to stand there and compliment him, and not doing so will result in a nightmarish field trip. Okay, so there we have it. Sessoir is the creator of Jeff the Killer, as they bear proof of the earliest rendition of utilizing both his name and image. With this in mind, surely they should have that picture unedited, right? In December of 2015, fellow creator Scare Theater got in contact with Sessoir. He asked them a plethora of questions, like, what inspired you? Why do you call him Jeff? And did you ever expect him to become so well known? All granting thought-provoking insight into the creator of this online behemoth. Interestingly though, in one of them, Scare Theater presses Sessoir about the origins of the Jeff image, to which they respond, stating, the picture was made using a white latex mask and some big plastic eyes, with red rubber substance that simulated blinking. There was also a black ring around the eyes that were on, covering the exposed red eyelid. After it was made, 2 or 3 photos were taken and posted, and the rest is history. Well, just like that, mystery solved. Sessoir crafted something that scared millions online, and did it with none other than a latex mask and some fake eyes. So good on them.
That was too short, Dub.
Shortly after Sessoir's interview, a video was found on a YouTube channel called Dark Knight. It was uploaded on the 2nd of August 2007 and is titled NNN Special Broadcast. Purportedly, it's based upon a Japanese urban legend surrounding a scrolling list of names at around 3 in the morning, when no one should be watching. The list is said to be accompanied by horrific imagery and bizarre sounds, before, at the very end, it states that these names are tomorrow's sacrifice. It's definitely some Local 58 stuff if I've ever seen it, but that notion isn't the reason we're here tonight. You see, at the very end of this video, Dark Knight sneaks in a small surprise, turning everything we thought we knew about Jeff the Killer on its head. It was here when it was realized that Sessoir was a fraud. He lied when everyone was taking his word at face value. Not only that, Jeff the Killer's image likely didn't even originate from our side of the world, as evidence from an unsuspecting website began to surface in the coming months.
Somebody would lie about something, I don't know why. Side note, I'm the original creator of Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger and Jason.
Where did this image come from, and what did the original version even look like? If Jeff the Killer were hidden within this video, unknown to the entire world, just sitting here since 2007, waiting to be found, there was bound to be more about him out there. By 2018, investigators made their way to a now defunct Japanese message board named pia.cc. It's your run-of-the-mill website containing blog posts and online discussion. However, way back in 2005, hidden away inside an otherwise innocuous and highly obscure post, again, was him. This photo was uploaded on the 15th of November by a user named Omega Bolt. However, to this day, contact with them has been absolutely non-existent. They have seemingly fallen off the face of the earth, effectively becoming just as obscure as Jeff's origin itself.
The day before
Aside
my
from
birthday.
that though, this discovery was far from a dead end, as once this photo was run through an EXIF data analyzer, it was found that its file name is Pretty Face. Interesting, considering that just a few weeks later, they found him again. For the very first time, an alternate, less modified version of Jeff the Killer was uncovered, named White Powder 2. It was uploaded by a user named Mr. Mulholland, and in their version, were able to make out minute details that were otherwise shrouded by Photoshop. The mouth is no longer distorted. The facial accents, gone, and the previously foreboding eyes are replaced by an alternative. Contrary to Omega Bolt though, Mr. Mulholland was actually tracked down and contacted via Twitter. There they claimed that they saw the image before it was edited and believed that it, to their memory, came from an online video of an Asian woman inside her home. Purportedly, her face was extremely pale, and lightly edited screen caps of her were passed around Japanese message boards as surprise images in the mid-2000s. They further state that they don't have the original image, believes that it no longer exists on the internet, and speculates that it may come from a TV show named Honto ni Ata Noroi no Video. Since this revelation, every episode made from 1999 to 2005 have been thoroughly searched, yet a match has never been found. But there is one more, to this day, regarded as the oldest sighting of Jeff the Killer. On the homepage of a website named fileman.n1e.jp, resting innocuously among images of puppies and waifus, was version 1, captured on July 24th of 2005. The only clues that accompany this are the caption, "Fear of a Summer Night," and once clicked, a descriptor claims this photo is, quote, a celebrity before plastic surgery. Aside from this, no further context is given. To be honest, we could do this all day, because since the hunt began, there have been hundreds of sightings of Jeff the Killer online, all predating Sessoir's original story. Over the years, there have been quite a handful of original image contenders that have gained considerable traction, most notably with the widespread hoax involving a woman who doesn't even exist. It's safe to say that this surge has had its fair share of controversy, yet that hasn't slowed the decade-long resilience of those trying to investigate this. This is one of the longest-running internet mysteries of all time, and if I'm being honest, it may never find a resolution.
Who cares?
Other versions of Jeff are discovered, yet they bear more edits than version 1. rumors circulate about it being a photo in a set of 3, yet no proof has ever surfaced. And almost daily, those with too much free time are creating their own version of the original image and are touting it as the real thing. Sometimes the existence of an enduring mystery brings life enduring fascination. There's something hauntingly captivating about topics that seem unsolvable, especially in the modern day. In a perfect world, the existence of the internet should mark the death of all things mysterious, as at a moment's notice, every action taking place on this earth theoretically should have some sort of readily accessible answer. I'm glad that's not the case though, as Jeff the Killer has given the modern internet just that small hint of mystifying intrigue.
I posted Jeff the Killer pictures back on AOL in 1996. That's a fact I just made up.
And it's based around a question so simple. It's quite literally the product of someone who knows someone who knows someone who took this photo, yet they, to this day, have never come forward. Maybe it's a language barrier. Perhaps they've passed away. Maybe they live under a rock and have absolutely no idea that the simple picture they took on a random day pre-2005 is now subject to one of the largest internet hunts in recent history. Regardless of where this person is, Jeff the Killer in some capacity has stood the test of time, and whether his identity is ever actually found, he will forever remain embedded within online conversation.
Jeff the Killer.
Always regarded an enigmatic paradox. Effectively immortalized as one of the most recognizable, yet completely unknown internet urban legends ever to exist.
I never got into Jeff the Killer. Right? This was a big Jeff the Killer, and I know people who are like, dude, Jeff the Killer, and they'd post things, and I was like, dude, you're stupid. Like, there's no, I find nothing about that looks remotely realistic. And I was always like, yeah, he cut his face open. Oh, did he? Yeah, I've heard this story before. This is an origin story of the Joker, not Jeff the Killer. It's probably what it is. Okay, we're gonna end this here. But we will be back for part 5, well, tape 005 of the Darkest Lost Media. So, like and subscribe. And have a good day, have a good night.